Alright. So I had someone comment on one of my video going, saying, grey or light. So, shades of grey don't exist. Yin and yang are all there is. The shades of fucking grey that people fucking think exist is a segregation fucking belief between the fucking two. A segregation fucking belief between the fucking two is what a shade of fucking grey fucking is. People have tried to split yin and yang fucking apart for centuries. We're the warriors of light, they're the warriors of darkness, we're the good guys. That's all a shade of grey is. An attempt to split yin and yang fucking apart. Rather than accept responsibility for your own nature, you call it a shade of grey. To soothe your conscience, to quell fucking the wrath of everybody that disagrees with you, you call it a shade of grey. When the reality fucking is, it doesn't exist. For example, there's a fucking example that I fucking gave this fucking guy when he fucking commented on my video saying, you know, grey or light. Shades of grey don't exist. Example. You're a general in an army. You're sent into a fucking town to deal with a group of terrorists. A group of civilians get caught in the crossfire. No. They get caught in the crossfire and killed. What do you do to justify the killing of those civilians? You label them as collateral damage. And say, sometimes these things happen when you're at war, which is true. You know, if the fucking civilians weren't prone to being overwhelmed by fucking fear, they'd have never run fucking in the fucking midst of a fucking battle. But this is the fucking problem right here. If people were more responsible with their natures, those civilians wouldn't have run in the fucking crossfire, run into the fucking crossfire to begin with, because they wouldn't have been fucking frightened. They'd have been more content with their nature like an animal is. That's why fucking no fucking animal is ever, you know, overwhelmed by fear when it's part of the natural world. Yeah, you'll see them fucking running a fucking wave, you know, fleeing from a storm to take fucking shelter and whatnot, but you never see them overwhelmed by fear to the point where they get, you know, killed by the storm. They may or fucking may fucking not, depending on their fucking nature. Fucking a lot of fucking anything that does get killed by the fucking storm is a result of their own fucking choice to stick around. Not fucking because they're terrified of it and, you know, lose all fucking sense of direction and fucking everything and just start fucking flying fucking around like a headless chicken. No, but if those civilians weren't brainwashed into being afraid of their own natures, they would have never made the mistake of running in the fucking crossfire. But you label it as collateral damage and try to soothe your fucking conscience and the wrath of fucking everybody that disagrees with you. With, you know, sometimes these things happen as a part of war. And you label it as a shade of grey. It's not. It's a destructive aspect of yin. The reality fucking is, this world for centuries has convinced itself, or been trying to convince itself, that it's possible to live without balance. That yin is evil, there's nothing positive or fucking about it, which to a degree is true, it is mostly negative. But there's always that little bit of yang and yin, and that little bit of yang and yin is what makes the fucking motivations of that negativity positive. Because it fucking does it solely for the fucking purpose of maintaining life. But it's not fucking frightened of the fact that most of its actions are negative. But because it does it for the motivations of life, the consequences are always positive. That's how nature maintains balance. That little bit of yin and yang is what stops yang from getting fucking arrogant, just as much as that fucking little bit of yang and yin is what fucking stops yin from becoming arrogant. Helps both aspects of life to identify with each other and share a mutual goal. But because this world is brainwashed by terrorism into fucking believing that nothing good can come from yin, you label it as a shade of grey to justify to yourself and everyone fucking else. Because deep down, the vast majority of fucking people know in their fucking hearts, we're not going to ever be able to live without balance. But because the world is so judgmental on fucking even the thought of expressing anything fucking negative, let alone actually expressing it. Bow to me or you'll go to hell. You must be nothing but the perfect example of, well, our ambition. The thick retarded belief systems of the Norse that fucking seem to fucking think you can segregate fucking life into realms of worthiness. When the reality is, you can't. As I said, shades of grey are just attempts to split yin and yang apart. They're not even real. Because you can't split yin and yang apart. Because if fucking you even, well, remotely succeeded, you'd destroy the world. And yourselves in the process. Yin and yang have never been split apart. You've just been, trying to live without them. And failing. And labelling yin as a shade of grey when it's not. Rejection of your negative aspects is what's causing these, well, most of these fucking problems. Because you cannot fucking accept a negative action. Like I said, an example that I fucking gave. Yeah, sometimes civilians get caught in the fucking crossfire. The war itself is a negative aspect, but if it's done for, well, if it's done for the purpose of maintaining life, if it's done for the purpose of maintaining fucking life, the outcome, like with yin, is gonna be a positive fucking one. If it's genuinely done with the fucking interest of fucking life. Done by a fucking secure, by a faction that's secure within them fucking selves and accepts the nature of life, that is. Not fucking a faction that's so fucking insecure about fucking having any fucking thing positive or negative fucking about them. And then the fucking actions will fucking be, well, more negative than fucking positive. But this is the point. Like I said, if this fucking world was content to fucking actually accept its nature, accept responsibility for its nature, those civilians would never have fucking been in the crossfire to begin with. The only people getting killed that fucking day would have been the terrorists and their enemies. Because the civilians would have been fucking secure enough within them fucking selves to fucking know how to survive, despite the fact that the terrorists were trying to use them as human shields, camping down in the middle of a town in the fucking hopes that it would stop their fucking enemies from fucking, you know, charging their position. But if you could trust the fucking civilians to not fucking panic during the fucking battle, then there's no reason to fucking not charge their fucking positions. But if you can't, that's what fucking makes fucking, you know, people weary about it. And why fucking, you know, the terrorists fucking bank on fucking people fucking kicking fucking off at their soldiers and their fucking government for fucking, how could you let this happen? How could you let this fucking happen? You fucking want all these governments of the fucking world to stand up to terrorism, but you don't want to take responsibility for yourselves. Expect them to fucking actually be able to fight a fucking... A terrorist has got no fucking conscience about using you as a human shield. Terrorists got no fucking conscience about killing fucking civilians. That's why you fucking hate them so much. But you're supposed to be the good guys. So are you. So what's your, why are you blaming your fucking government and not blaming yourselves too? You want them to wage war against terrorism and you want to fucking hate them the moment civilian casualties fucking happen. So why aren't you taking responsibility for your nature? Why aren't you taking responsibility for your negative aspects? Wanting to go out and fucking murder these fucking people for being so fucking disrespectful is a negative trait. So why aren't you taking responsibility for your fucking, your yin aspects? Because you're brainwashed into fucking believing that stereotypical perfect can exist. It never can. These, well, terrorists of Odin that have deluded fucking themselves and tried to brainwash everybody fucking else for centuries into fucking believing this segregated fucking realm of existence can exist, and this mythical food chain where nature, you know, has all these realms of fucking worthiness that don't fucking exist because no animal ever takes more than what it fucking needs to survive. Oh, well, you know, shades of grey and all that bullshit. Because Loki made me do it. To be a good leader doesn't fucking require you to be positive or negative. A good leader, all the fucking requirements are for a good leader is to be honest with yourself. When you can be honest with yourself, you can be honest with others. When you can take fucking responsibility for yourself, you can be trusted to take responsibility for others. That doesn't fucking mean that you should take the blame for them. They should take a responsibility for themselves as well. But once you can take responsibility for yourself, you can be responsible with others, is what I should say. Yin and Yang both share a purpose. They share a belief. They work together equally to maintain life. And no life can exist without both working together. Say, when World War III is ready to erupt, people will start fucking coming to this fucking realization. There's gonna be civil wars all across the fucking world, in amongst a very devastating fucking war. But the outcome... the outcome is going to be devastating. This is true. But with a lot of positive consequences, because nothing that survives that war is going to forget, because nothing is going to be able to forget seeing lots of abandoned fucking cities all across the world deteriorating over fucking time as nature reclaims her, well, land. It's not going to be out of sight and out of mind. But people, having survived that fucking war, are going to be a lot more secure with their nature and a lot more responsible with their nature. And they're gonna fucking look at those cities and not be frightened to fucking actually, well, pass on the truth. This is why we don't do things that way anymore, because this was nice on the fucking outside, but not on the inside. It was full of corruption, fear, people rejecting their natures, people frightened to fucking express themselves just in case they ended up persecuted for it. And there won't be any fear of telling the next generation how it actually was. And why it's so important to be honest with yourself and be honest about your nature and accepting your place in the balance. And when people are ready to trust their instincts again, yin and yang will be able to work together in harmony. Yeah, not just for nature's sake. Science is a tool. Nothing more. Nothing more, nothing less. It's a tool. It should not be in charge of our lives. No, we're the future! No, you're not. Your goal is to replace humanity with a fucking machine because it's, you know, it can think faster because we programmed it that way. We're gonna fucking program it because we're the best of humanity. We're gonna fucking program it to think that it's better than fucking humanity, and then we're gonna tell anyone that fucking says that by programming it this fucking way to be, you know, artificial intelligence, it's not gonna fucking end up fucking thinking that it's better than fucking humanity and entitled to control the world. Just like fucking we feel entitled to control the world because we're the best of humanity. We know what we're doing, even fucking though fucking we actually don't. Or we'd be capable of acknowledging the fucking consequences before we take action. Because we'd have fucking, you know, learned. Taking risks is not the same as being stupid. Look, we can fucking create a fucking machine inside our fucking planet that simulates miniature black holes without acknowledging that any matter within close proximity to said black hole gets eaten. But, you know, because it's only a miniature fucking one, it won't make fucking much of a difference. But Miniature one has machine in vicinity, and fucking machine has, you know, room in vicinity. And room fucking has building in vicinity. And building fucking has, you know, earth in vicinity. Be grateful they're not intelligent enough to create one. Nothing that can be trusted with knowledge like that would be stupid enough to try. They'd acknowledge and respect why it's out in space. But the thing is, for anybody that wants to make excuses about relying on fucking machines to do everything fucking for them, you're forgetting one thing. The most critical fucking aspect of it all. Nature is your resource. As heartbreaking as that may fucking be for people like me. Nature does everything slowly. So if you want to do everything faster and faster and faster with the latest fucking machine fucking doing fucking, you know, controlling your fucking lives because it's got a fucking faster processor and a faster motherboard and be able to think faster and do things fucking faster than fucking you, you're failing to fucking grasp the fucking fact that those resources are going to run out faster than you can fucking actually, you know, do anything. There's the positive aspect of relying on, you know, humans to do their job properly, and they'd be a lot more capable of doing those jobs properly if they weren't fucking busy trying to become the best of humanity. Religion tried to fucking convince you that it was fucking possible. Science took credit fucking for it, and both were too fucking stupid to acknowledge why fucking nature always fucking told them that it was going to win in the end. War isn't evil. The reasons people wage it are what makes it good or evil. Do you consider it fucking evil to protect your family? No. But that's where it's a shade of grey, because war is evil, and, you know, but if we end up killing someone fucking that's, you know, threatening our fucking family, that's a good thing. You know, but war's a shade of grey because that's evil. Shade of grey is an excuse made by fucking someone that fucking can't or won't take responsibility for their nature. Hello. I forgot. Terrorists expect me to say pardon me. Because, you know, nature is evil, because it won't let them control the world. It's easy to fucking blame Christianity. It's easy to fucking blame the Muslims and the fucking Jews. It's easy to fucking blame them because they're the more recent fucking manifestation of stupidity. But the reality fucking is, everything came from the North. What are the Norse? Oh, well, you know, you say we don't go back far enough in fucking history. Fucking what about you? Simple. We won. You got outcast. You tried to cling. You failed. Then when it became apparent that you failed, you tried to fucking cling to everything that won. And corrupt it from within to try to fucking control the world because you were the best of humanity. There's a reason fucking why Christianity fucking tried to outlaw science, and people can say it's a myth, but that is not true. When you fucking got fucking myths of like the pyramids, you know, ancient power plants, which science has confirmed ancient fucking power plants. Took them 50 years to do it, but hey ho. This is basic physics here. This conductor, this stores electricity, but we get no idea what it powered. Talos. Basic robot. Talos is a man made of bronze. People could try and fucking pretend fucking like fucking, you know, it's just a reference to him being black. No, it's not, because if you actually read the actual history instead of taking it on face value, you'd know he was an ancient robot. Very specific on the man made of bronze. Bronze being an actual metal. Made in a fucking day and age where the vast majority of fucking weapons, armor, and everything else was made of bronze. And yet you've got all these fucking myths about all these different fucking mechanisms and everything that the Greeks and all these other fucking people, the Egyptians and fucking everyone fucking had during these ages. And now in science fucking turning around and backing that up with the pyramids are ancient power plants because this is a conductor and this stores electricity, but we have no idea what they powered. But we don't want to fucking actually look at the myths and all that fucking malarkey centered around those worlds because, you know, that would mean that they were actually, you know, intelligent and we can't cope with that. But then, all of a sudden, this world was destroyed, Christianity took over, and, you know, the myth of them suppressing science doesn't exist because we can't cope with the fucking thought that they did it for a good reason. And then all the cling of Loki made me do it, tried to cling to Christianity and take over from fucking within and, you know, try to cling to fucking power that it was never fucking, you know, trusted fucking with. And so, you know, Christianity lost its edge. Christianity lost its edge and everybody stopped listening to him, just like they don't actually listen to the scientific community fucking because it's thick as shit. And every single fucking time Odin tries to cling, nothing ends up listening to him. And then fucking people fucking like me fucking come into the fucking limelight and go, it's because you're thick as shit, and Loki made me do it. There's the sacrifice fucking those of us that are actually an aspect of nature are willing to make, see? Because we can live without your fucking technology, your ego strokes. You can't. When you run out of fucking resources, we'll still be surviving, and you will be ceasing to exist. Because the basics are all we need. Hello. It's our ambition. Ambition's not a bad thing. Unless it's coming from a fucking mouth of a Norse. It's the reality of it, people. Pyramids are ancient fucking power plants, which means that there was more technology than what existed in the medieval period that got suppressed because of fucking the consequences inflicted on the fucking world. So Christianity, fucking after putting fucking, you know, Odin's ancestors in his fucking place, decided to, well, regulate what science was allowed to study. But it didn't fucking last because people were still, well, willing to listen to dumb fuck Odin make promises he could never keep. Now we're in the fucking day and age where science has had its chance to back up its fucking mouth and failed because it's thick as shit. And it's running low on fucking resources. And we're going to win for the final time. Because nature takes fucking longer to, well, create any fucking thing because it creates it with life's best interests at heart, which fucking encompasses more than the ego of Odin. As a result, she takes her time to evolve life, takes her time to create anything that the future might need. Because it has to, well, do everything in life's best interests. Not something Odin has ever or ever will be capable of. Because it's not in his nature to think about anything other than himself. As a result, he fails to become a god. No, he's